So, following along to how this offseason has been going so far, PFF has been posting their rankings for this upcoming NFL season. And today they posted their secondary rankings, which I'm kind of hit or miss with, to be honest, when it comes to the secondary rankings. Mainly because the fact that I feel like our secondary, while I know, and obviously Bengals fans, we know how good our secondary is, I'm not going to get too upset with how they rank our secondary. Cam Taylor-Britt is a top 5, top 10 corner. Arguably, I would say. Outside of that, Dax is his first year at corner, so you really don't know how he's going to do. I think he's going to do amazing, but at the same time, I mean, there's always a chance he doesn't do amazing, right? So, for ranking-wise, and if you're not biased or you don't know the team as well, which PFF kind of knows the landscape of every team, I feel like there's definitely a area where you're just not going to rank the Bengals secondary very high. Because then you got DJ Turner, and DJ Turner, while situation-wise, he did good last year. He also did really bad if you look at it from a grand scheme of things. You also got Mike Hilton, who's amazing, but again, Mike Hilton is a little bit older, so they're going to rank him lower because of that. You got Josh Newton, who I think could be really good from TCU, but again, rookie. Von Bell, who, from what we know and what he's going to give us, is amazing. But from a ranking-wise, I get the point of view that he's an old guy who got cut from the Panthers, and there isn't much when it comes to looking at him from a ranking perspective. As I said many times, what he's going to give us is more than what you can rank or what you can give us as a normal player. He's going to give us veteran leadership, communication, and team building. And then, let's see, Geno Stone, you could rank us pretty high because he had a great season last year, but you don't know how he's going to do with us in our system, right? And lose defenses, not the hardest to learn, but it's a defense you have to get correct. And then again, Jordan Battle, rookie last year, looked amazing, but I don't know how well they're going to rank rookies. So, there's a lot of question marks when it comes to NFL rankings of our secondary, which I understand. We have a very young, talented secondary who I think could be the top 5 in the league, but again, everything has to work together and, get figured out. And for some reason, the media loves to go with this narrative that losing Cheeto was absolutely detrimental to us, which really wasn't. I mean, I love Cheeto more than the next guy, but you gotta remember, Cheeto came off of back surgery, and he wasn't the same sense. He was supposed to play all last year, didn't because of injuries, and ended up having to miss some time, which made DJ Turner become a cornerback 2, when he really probably should never have became a cornerback 2. So, say never. Not as early as he has. He should have been a cornerback 2 potentially in his second year. He should have been a cornerback 4, cornerback 3 potentially, and then worked his way throughout the season to potentially be a low-end cornerback 2, high-end cornerback 3. And then this sophomore year, we could talk about, maybe DJ Turner can really take a step up this year. But instead, he was thrusted into a starting role, which reality-wise, I don't think he was ready for. And, I mean, he did a good job for what he had to do. Which, again, I don't think he did amazing, but for the what he had to do, it was pretty good. Alright, so anyway, that's my whole stick when it comes to our secondary. Secondary is one positional group where I'm not going to feel like we get disrespected with, because it's one of the things you have to know the secondary. You have to watch the games. You kind of have to feel the secondary out. So, number 1 is the New York Jets, and they're going to say, because obviously Sauce Gardner, which, let's be honest, Sauce Gardner is really good. They also got Michael Carter. They got DJ Reed. Nice. 49ers. That's actually very surprising to me. I know they have Charizard Ward and they have Isaac, but overall wise, that's usually the biggest issue with the 49ers is their secondary. It's always been an issue with them. Buffalo Bills are number 3. They did get rid of Tre'Davious White this offseason, but they do have Douglas, which obviously Rasul Douglas from the Packers. Benford And I'm surprised they didn't show the third corner, but Edwards, and then they got Taylor Rapp, which I'm still upset that they got Taylor Rapp. I wanted him so bad. And it's like Nick Scott, we lost him, obviously. He left us. Good riddance. But we could have got Taylor Rapp instead of Nick Scott, like I made videos about, but whatever. Anyway, though, okay. Baltimore, they got Marlon Humphrey. Miami Dolphins. I feel like the Dolphins should be higher on this list. I think the Dolphins should be like number 2. I mean, they got Jalen Ramsey. They got, they just this offseason got Kendall Fuller, and they added Jordan Poyer. They obviously have Javon Holland. They have a really good secondary. So I'm surprised they're not higher on this list. Cleveland's another team I feel like they should be higher on this list. Like, if I'm going to re-rank this list, Jets, I'll put number 1. But number 2, I'm putting it as a solid, what's it called, Miami. And number 3, I'd probably put as Cleveland. Like, these two teams have really good secondaries. I think this list is a little bit, kind of biased toward the top of the top teams because some of these I would probably put a little bit higher. Seattle Seahawks, you got the Green Bay Packers, you got the Kansas City Chiefs. And again, they're also a team that lost a lot better, in my opinion, than Cheeto. They lost a big name this offseason to the Tennessee Titans. Yeah, Trent McDuffie, Williams, Cook, and Reed. I mean, they still got a good secondary. I guess, I don't know. Maybe I should. There are some players who are kind of like with our team who are underrated that we don't really think about, and they're not big names. Just because a player is not a household name doesn't mean he's not a good player. Saints are number 10. Number 11 is the Lions. Tampa Bay's number 12. 13 is the Cowgirls. And we're 14. The Bengals defense took a step back in 2023 as they made some significant changes to the safety position. Not happy with the result, the team added safety Geno Stone in free agency and brought back Von Bell, who should complement Jordan Battle, who finished the season as the 8th highest graded safety in the league. Quarterback Mike Hilton returns as Cam Taylor-Britt, so a bounce back here for a unit could be in the cards. I hate when they post this and they don't give context. Cam Taylor-Britt got hurt last year and missed a good part of the ending part of the season. That's something that they're not talking about. Cheeto also got hurt last year many times, which is why we had to go with DJ Turner. Nick Scott, I will agree that I don't think we added Geno Stone because we were unhappy with how 2023 went. We just wanted to better the positional group. I mean, even if Nick Scott would have played good football and Geno's, obviously we had, Jordan Battle play good football, I think we needed a free safety because we moved Dax to corner. And that really wasn't a situation where it's like we felt like Dax wasn't good at safety. It was just we felt like his better position was corner. So I don't really agree too much with we took a step back last year. Our secondary was not the greatest, I will admit that. But you also got to remember we had injuries. And also we had the fact that we could not stop the run to save our lives. And when you can't stop the run, I hate to tell you this, but the thing that opens up the passing game is the running game. You run the ball a million times and you run it down the opponent's throat. Then you hit them with a play action and you go deep. I don't care who your secondary is. I don't care how good your players are. You could have the best secondary in the world. At the end of the day, if you can run the ball down someone's throat and play action them, you can hit it all over the field and destroy them. I mean, again, running the ball, if you can run the ball on someone, it destroys them. So I think our biggest problem really last season was, again, not being able to shut down the run. It really wasn't a problem with the secondary. It was a problem with the defensive line. And for the most part, I think we fixed that with getting the mutant, Chris Jenkins. We got Sheldon Rankins, who's more of an interior pass rusher. And we should be good. But I will say, I don't think really we got Geno Stone to fix the problem of the secondary. I think what we saw was, hey, listen, we can make the secondary better. And if we can improve the secondary greatly, now that we have a position open because Dax moved the corner, now we can actually utilize, make this unit better. We already made our defensive line better, fix the problems of last season. So, yeah. Okay, number 14, again, like I said, if I had to rank us and not being biased here and just being like realistic, I'd probably have us at number like 7 or 8. I think with potential we could be top 5, but I think with what we're probably going to be is 7 or 8, which I don't think is bad at all. I think that's a pretty good secondary. I don't think 14 is outrageously bad prediction wise, but I think I'd probably have us as top 10. But I mean, okay, Tennessee Titans, Broncos, Raiders, Texans, Chicago, Chargers, Patriots. We got Atlanta, we got Steelers, we got the Eagles, and then we got Carolina, Rams, Vikings, Colts, Jags, Commanders, Giants, and Cardinals. Yeah, I don't think this list is bad at all. Personally, I probably rank certain teams differently. Again, I would probably put the Browns really high up on that list. I would probably put the Dolphins also very high up on that list. But for the most part, I think that they did a good job. But guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys next one.